Hey folks, today we take a look at Aquashella, and what I've done is I've combined Saturday and Sunday into one video as a whole, just to talk about Aquashella, the event, to kind of show you what goes on there. That's all coming up right after this. Hey YouTube, this is Pecktec, and it's been a few weeks since I got back from Aquashella. Can't wait to tell you all about the event that happened there. I basically combined Saturday and Sunday into one video, so the clips you see are going to kind of time jump back and forth and didn't necessarily happen in the order that I'm presenting them. But I like to think I put it together in a nice digestible way so that you can kind of get a sense of what it was like to go there. Before I get too far along, here is a time code so you can jump to different parts. This isn't quite as segmented as last week was, but there are some kind of specific things that you can see. For the most part, during the different events, I didn't spend a lot of time shooting a long, expansive video for the whole event. A lot of times in the past, what I would do is I would shoot like the bio-orb-scaping contest. I would shoot the entire thing and then put it together as a separate video, but I think there's something to be said for actually being at the event when it happens. Like, it's a little bit more exciting for the people that are present than it is for people that view in retrospect. So instead of what I've done for that and the Dustin versus Joey, I've got like kind of some brief clips and that's it. Like I said, just kind of a sense of what it was like there. Now, for my stay, I didn't stay at the hotel that they had. We got an Airbnb, largely thanks to Greg Jones and Robert from Flip Aquatics. There were probably others involved too. Like I said, I kind of came in at the end, and I wasn't really involved in any of that. Felt really bad for Greg Jones, especially because he couldn't make it. He got stuck at the airport. A lot of people got stuck at the airport. Mr. Aquarium co-op Corey and wife also had a lot of trouble getting in. They did eventually get in, but Greg never did. So Greg, I was really sorry to miss you. I hope you're having a lot of fun at the Aquatic Experience with your favorite masshole, Mike. The other thing I need to apologize in advance for is I didn't do too much with the saltwater. Like, I didn't go into the saltwater area really that much at all. To me, they all seem the same. Like, I don't know what corals I'm looking at, like when the little frag cabinets, and I think those are really fascinating and stuff. And a lot of times fish, the fish they present are really cool, but I think they actually look. I think fish in general, like across the board, usually look a little bit better at the store than they do at an event, because they've only just gotten there. They're kind of getting settled in. Usually the colors aren't as good, so I don't spend a lot of time shooting actual fish. But a lot of things are in and around the fish hobby is kind of what I focused on. So I didn't feel a lot of need to run into the saltwater side of Aquashella. Maybe I'll make that a priority next time I attend one of those events. But here's a quick look at a bunch of fun things to see at Aquashella, and I'll be back to wrap it up in just a minute. Is this how Jaws was made?
Nah.
But thank you.
I'll record for you.
Yeah, okay. You guys excited?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Elmhurst.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you been to Aquashella before?
No.
Well, I hope you have a great time, okay?
Alright, you too.
Kinda.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Hey. All right. You're very close. You look much more excited than the people over there. A little more excited than them.
Woohoo!
Woo! See? Excitement builds. Keep it going all the way down.
Yeah! Woo!
Wow, quite a big crowd. We're about 5 minutes out, and we're about to open the doors. It's a big crowd already, and looks like it's going to be a great show. Let's take a look.
All right, guys.
Woo, sharks!
You've got 27 minutes remaining.
No. Too big. Okay.
So the cryo bear has 3 humidity settings. It also has 3 fun settings. So you can grow a wide variety of plants, and you can adjust these settings accordingly. You can get these relatively easily, create a beautiful terrarium, almost like painting by numbers. So we've got David Bono here. He's sloping the substrate to the rear to create an extra sense of depth when viewing it from the front. You can keep you can keep small frogs. That's the only kind of real animal I've seen in there. You could keep insects as well, but I've definitely seen there's poison dart frogs, etc. But they're a really nice kind of ornament, or a living ornament in your living space. Provide a nice slice of nature. You know, I think it's really important to kind of connect with nature these days. We're all kind of plugged into our digital devices, and we kind of lose this sense of how important nature is. So if you don't necessarily have a planted aquarium at home or an aquascape, then these are a lovely alternative. Much lower maintenance, arguably much easier to set up, potentially cheaper to set up as well. So if you're a little bit afraid of aquascaping, you know, high-end aquascaping, where kind of algae issues are quite common, etc., then maybe a terrarium is a viable option for you.
Get the just like really trying to mesh all the textures together. We got fine-leafed plants, thin-leafed plants, and the ferns really help with all that. So right now I'm just building up this background, and I should be close to done after that.
Great work, mate. Love it.
What's it about it?
Then he has 2 more done.
Hey, Joe.
2 more done.
How you doing, guys? Good, how are you? Living the dream every day.
In just 15 minutes, folks, keynote speaker, DIY Joey.
How about the first two? How about the first two that finish the entire package?
Actually, let's do this.
Reputation.
How many do we have? We have 4 packages. We have 4 people. Right? Yep.
This would have to be the final challenge.
Okay, so this is the final challenge.
You need a soda with that.
I think it's kind of cute though. When they go all together, right?
Let's see what these taste like here.
I haven't gotten one yet.
Game changer.
A game changer, that's it. This is the fill box.
Does anybody have any fun? Should we do this again?
What's up, fish tank?
All right, let's take a pulse on the crowd. So far, how's Dustin doing? Where are we feeling about Joey? Whoa! For the first time, this is close. Yeah. What else? What do we got? Some big wood pieces. Are those attached up there? Do we have anything else? Are there any secret surprise pieces? Did anybody buy anything they want to contribute and give to these guys to use? You won't get it back, but you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that they touched it at least. Tattoos. Oh, that's right. Tattoos are the bet here.
Is there a way in?
What? Oh, well, yeah. Don't worry, everybody made way. We're official.
There's no secret weapons.
No, nothing. You're going with what's on the stage.
On the stage.
All right. Fair player right there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the mic, baby. Guys, huge round of applause for 2 kings in the industry. Dustin just saying, DIY Joey. Who had the decibel meter for me yesterday? Was that somebody that? That was somebody was on stage.
That was not the goal. We've got 3 minutes left, guys. Cheer them on. You're doing a great job.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, come on. The microphone's forward, John. I'm stuck right here. I can't get closer. He's busy. I'm gonna run to the other side. Yeah, we've got 2 minutes left. I'm a timer. 2 minutes and 35 seconds. The excitement.
We're done? No, that looks good.
It's going pretty good. He's surprised.
So I don't see any more of those Halloween men. I have to take a call.
Thanks for the abuse.
Thanks for stopping by.
We have an abusive relationship now. Okay, Aquashella, and how does it compare? Okay, so this weekend is the Aquatic Experience, and the most direct comparison is probably to that. There are a number of things that Aquashella does, and in some ways does better than the Aquatic Experience, and there are other things that are more interesting at the Aquatic Experience and not so much at Aquashella. So although they're kind of similar, they have some really broad differences in terms of like what you as an audience member might enjoy more or less. I'll start with the pros of Aquashella. They are definitely an all ages event. As a parent, granted my child is 19 years old now, but as a parent it was really hard to take Kerrigan to things that she could really get into as a small child, like enough to hold her attention. Because of the facilities and the way actually the physical building is laid out, they kind of had to trickle people in to have, so it wouldn't be too overcrowded all at once. As you can tell, there was a huge crowd for the show. They had to kind of like feed them in. I spent a lot of time at steampunk conventions, particularly one very close to this event called TeslaCon. I've got a lot of old videos on that. I went 2 or 3 years, I can't remember how much. It ended up being a really long trip for videos people didn't want to see very much. So I stopped going. But the whole idea behind that event was that it was an immersive experience. They put you all in the mindset. They really take a lot of time to kind of get a theme going, so you really feel like you're going into an event. That long dark walkway with all the neon stuff. If you're a real serious person, if you're into fish for the science aspects, and we're all into it for different things. But if you're a real serious person, maybe an adult with no children, this part would bother you. It's not very long, and it's not really a pain in the ass or anything, but you know, if you're a kid, it really goes, wow, I'm instantly interested in all this stuff. Wow, lots of stuff to look at. If you're an adult that enjoys sort of whimsical things and stuff too, I think you're really gonna like it. I personally thought it was neat, kind of just something neat to look at as you kind of work your way into the event. Once you get into the event, it's much like a lot of other shows that you've seen. I did notice compared to the Aquatic Experience, the venue's ceilings were pretty low, so it tended to get really hot. I sweated through this shirt and maybe 2 other shirts while I was there. Luckily I was out in the parking lot doing some quick changes, and I just hope that there's no like half-naked Pecktec's on the internet anywhere. Yeah, I was running around with my big cameras and stuff and filming and very active, so I'm sure that had a great part to play in it, but it did get quite crowded at times, where it was actually kind of hard to maneuver through, especially in the center part that sort of divided a lot of the areas. There's a lot of stuff to see in there too. The Aquatic Experience can get real crowded too, but it's in a venue with a lot taller ceilings, so it doesn't get as hot when there's a lot of people inside, and it's real open. That also kind of makes it feel less personal, like I didn't feel as cozy. I don't really know how to explain it, but it did feel a bit more intimate at Aquashella and a little bit cozier in that way. I didn't feel like I was in an arena-sized room. I think the Aquatic Experience is getting better about having events and stuff like that, and they have their Aquascaping events, which are really cool, but this had events that were both serious stuff and semi-serious stuff kind of mixed together, and I thought that was really fun. I think in a lot of ways what kind of separates Aquatic Experience from Aquashella is this whimsical sense of it's a get-together for enthusiasts of maybe more than one hobby. I think the Aquatic Experience is a much more serious, cut and dry, more old school type event that a lot of people are going to like better. Especially people maybe my age and older who just want to meet the people that make the products and talk to the vendors and maybe have a little bit of an experience with a YouTuber and stuff like that, but not be completely immersed in madness. But I gotta say, Aquashella was a lot more fun, especially if you go to these all the time, and this convention is more than just going to see a bunch of people and products you don't know or not familiar with. We've all been to these conventions. There's not a lot of new things in aquariums these days. I mean, there's always new things, but there's not like a avalanche of new things. Not so much that I gotta go to the convention and spend the whole time like learning about new types of aquariums and pumps and stuff like that. About half the reason I go to these things is to talk to you guys about it, and the other half is to see my friends. And sometimes when you see your friends, you want to do fun things like eat bugs, get in a giant zorb and bounce off each other. Although my experience with that was quite painful and of course on the internet. So I didn't mind the fish tuber centric events, and I did think it was a big deal that they weren't, you know, name that fish or testing fish knowledge and stuff like that. We're tested plenty in our weekly videos. So if you're a person that makes videos about fish, this was a great opportunity to get with other people that do the same thing, kind of talk about your trials and tribulations, or just get to know each other. And the Aquatic Experience is a very similar kind of atmosphere, but you know, maybe less whimsical, weird events. Some aspects of it actually reminded me of those team building events that maybe your workplace will send you on, where you get together with other parts of your team and you learn how to, you know, conquer some little project. For the reasons I've said, I think Aquashella is a lot more geared towards the younger people than the Aquatic Experience is. And that doesn't mean the Aquatic Experience is lesser in any way, but there definitely could be preferences based on your age. I had a great time at Aquashella. I enjoyed seeing all my friends. I got a video coming up with Kasha very soon. I went to her place and kind of took a look at her tanks, talked to her a little bit. Actually, a couple of us did, so I'm going to try to link some of the other videos together. I'm waiting for them to finish theirs, and maybe we'll put all our videos, we'll kind of do a big circle. Wish I should tell them that. Hey guys, other than that, that's about it. We might start off with an update. I was thinking about doing a flex update. I think it's been 2 or 3 months now, and I could do a video just about that. And then maybe we'll dig into some projects, some more products. I got another, my aquarium boxes come in. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about, but that'll happen another day. Until then, that's all I got for you this week. Until next time, follow your bliss, keep a clean tank. Be back next week. Tune in then. See you soon. Fanciful things. What am I saying? Fanciful things? If you enjoy fanciful things, I'm going to go about more products and that sort of thing. I got off. This video has a few